Oh, I will. And it's a logo too. No, no, logo. So this is formal Kyle. Kyle meeting of the House Transportation to order. First order of business is that Sadie is recognized for her birthday today. Happy birthday! She turned 25 yet today, and Blaze on Friday. Wow, this is a birthday month. All on St. Patrick's Day week. Month, if it's Gallagher. But I call a House Transportation meeting to order. This meeting is being broadcast and recorded. Evan, can you please take roll?
Chairman Nielsen,
Here.
Bellman,
Designation.
Curry, Guzman,
Designation.
Hohenstein,
Designation.
Isaacson, Madsen,
Designation.
Mullins,
Designation.
McAndrew,
Designation.
O'Mara,
Designation.
Powell,
Designation.
Sappy, Schusterman, Siegel,
Designation.
Chairman Benninghoff, Bernstein, Devanzo, Flood, Ham, Labs, Rinkavage, Shurin, Schmidt, Smith, Stambaugh,
Here.
Tomlinson.
Okay, we have a quorum, and also, as we were in the middle of the roll, Representative Mullins and Representative Bellman have arrived, and I thank them for their attendance. We'll be going out of order on the agenda today. The first item on our agenda is House Bill 472, introduced by Representative Ryan Bizzarro. I move to consider House Bill 472. Is there a second? Representative Isaacson. Kyle, can you please give us a description of the bill?
House Bill 472 by Representative Ryan Bizzarro. This bill allows a teacher, social worker, or children and youth caseworker to certify that a minor experiencing homelessness has completed the required 65 hours of practical driving experience, including 10 hours of nighttime driving and 5 hours of inclement weather driving when applying to test for a driver's license. This bill also waives the fee for a driver's license or ID card for any person meeting the federal definition of homeless children and youth. And there is one amendment filed to the bill.
There is one amendment, and I offer Amendment A00146. The amendment was late filed, however, it is agreed to by both committee chairs. For this reason, it is in order under Rule 3, Section C of the General Operating Rules. I move to adopt Amendment A00146. Is there a second? Chairman Benninghoff. Kyle, please give us a description of the amendment.
Amendment A00146 by Chairman Ed Nielsen. This amendment clarifies the definition of minor experiencing homelessness and makes other technical changes, including changing the effective date to 19 months and clarifying that the fee waiver only applies to an initial driver's license or initial identification card.
I ask the members to support the amendment. The amendment is agreed to by the prime sponsor, and it tightens up the language to address some concerns. Are there any comments or questions on the amendment? Seeing none. Are there any negative votes on Amendment A00146? Seeing none, A00146 is adopted. We're now on House Bill 472 as amended. I ask the members to support the bill as amended. Last session, similar legislation was unanimously approved by this committee. Are there any comments or questions on House Bill 472 as amended? Chairman Benninghoff.
I know for a lot of listeners, it's hard to believe that there are 16, 17-year-olds that are on their own, but there are, and some of which have to fend for themselves, get a job in addition to trying to go to school. So if the goal is to keep people in school, keep them educated while they're trying to work, why not take this barrier down? Unfortunately, their address would be the homeless shelter, and subsequently, I think this is a humane thing for us to do as a committee. So I appreciate the corrections in the bill and making it a little bit better and clarifying those things. I will be a yes.
Thank you. Anybody else? So during 2023, just for a note for everybody, there was over 40,000 students experience homelessness in Pennsylvania. The problem affects all counties throughout the Commonwealth. So these youth experiencing homelessness often face barriers finding employment because they don't have a driver's license or a permanent address. Representative
Chairman,
Curry.
I thank you for running this bill. As someone who works hard on the child homelessness issue and student homelessness issue, it's good to see it go across committees to be able to navigate the things that these children have to deal with. And I appreciate you running the bill. Thank you.
On the bill, any other further comments? Any negative votes on House Bill 472 as amended? Seeing none. House Bill 472 as amended is unanimously approved. Next item on our agenda is House Bill 238, introduced by Chairman Benninghoff. I move to consider House Bill 238. Is there a second? Representative Isaacson. Kyle, can you please give us a summary of the bill?
House Bill 238 by Chairman Benninghoff amends Title 75 to require PennDOT to accept certain documents permitted under the Real ID Act of 2005 for an application for a Real ID. Documents that can be accepted include a Social Security card, a W-2 form, SSA 1099 form, a non-SSA 1099 form, a pay stub that fulfills the Real ID requirements. This bill simply codifies PennDOT's June 7th, 2023 decisions expanding to these same documents. Last session, the bill passed out of this committee unanimously and the House unanimously, and PennDOT is neutral on the bill.
Thank you, Kyle. Chairman Benninghoff.
Thank you for running the bill. Appreciate the support. I think Kyle did an excellent job of explaining what it is, and I'd ask for a unanimous vote. Thank you.
Any other comments on House Bill 238? Are there any negative votes on House Bill 238? Seeing none, House Bill 238 is reported as committed. For the information of members, we will now be going over House Resolution 108. Instead, we will proceed to another business before the committee. House Resolution 121. This is the final item on our agenda, introduced by myself. I move to consider House Resolution 121. Is there a second? Chairman Benninghoff. Kyle, can you please give us a summary of the resolution?
House Resolution 121 by Chairman Ed Nielsen. This resolution recognizes March 18th, 2025 as National Transit Worker Appreciation Day in Pennsylvania, and there are no amendments filed.
Thank you, Kyle. Over 16,800 public transit employees currently provide transit services in all 67 counties. These individuals work tirelessly to keep our public transit system safe, clean, and reliable. And what we've seen over the past few years is at times they have to become social workers and try and talk to people and get to know the people coming on to the buses, to the trains. And so they have to be spoken about, and too often they're forgotten. Myself, my grandfather, I learned the hard way throwing snowballs at a bus one day on the way home from school in 4th grade when the bus stopped and we were all laughing like, what's he going to do? It was my grandfather who got off the bus, and I realized that's how my mom knew I was misbehaving on the way home from school. My grandfather drove for SEPTA for 35 years. My uncle worked he was a mechanic for SEPTA for 25 years. So in Philadelphia, it's like everybody's family touches it, a transit worker. And that's getting more and more common in a lot of our cities and a lot of our urban in our suburbs. I can't say that, in rural communities. Okay, I'll say it politically correct here, because people are moving out. And it's these transit workers making sure our parents are getting to the doctors and to the hospitals. And that's one of those things that we're talking about transit funding so much the last couple of years, and the importance of that, because they're the ones getting to the appointments because their children aren't staying home. They have to leave because the jobs out there aren't there no more. So they have to leave. So a lot of people depend on these transit workers, and I just want to make sure this is the time to recognize them, and I appreciate your support on this resolution. Are there any other comments, anyone? Seeing none, any negative votes on House Resolution 121? Seeing none, 121 is unanimously reported as committed. Now, there is no more further business before the committee. Anybody good at the order? Nothing? Oh, look, everybody's getting ready to run. Well, let me go in. I got to. Thank you all. This meeting is adjourned. Have a great day, everybody.